Hello children, welcome to Creative Writing Week 2. Today we're going to be looking at features of non-fiction. Features of non-fiction. So, from last week, we did a review on topics learned in Primary 5. Can we remember these topics? Some of these topics are fables, letter writing, autobiographies, and so on. Also, we learned some tips we can use while writing essays. Now, our learning objectives for this lesson: to explain and give examples of non-fiction writing, to identify non-fiction writing, to list and explain the features of non-fiction writing. Features of non-fiction writing. Non-fiction deals only with real people, events, or ideas. It is narrated from the point of view or perspective of the author, who is a real person. It presents facts or discusses concepts. It reflects the historical context of the time period, including references to major social and cultural information. Facts and opinions. We're going to differentiate facts from opinions. Now, facts. These are statements that can be proven true or false. They can be proven true or false. Opinions, on the other hand, are statements that cannot be proven true or false. Opinions are based on an individual's personal beliefs and feelings. Let's read this together. Did you know objects can move in 4 different ways? An object, such as a basketball, can roll in a straight line. Objects can move up and down. They can also move around in a circle. In addition, objects can go back and forth. In conclusion, these are the 4 different ways an object can move positions. Can we answer these questions? Is the text fiction or non-fiction? Don't mind Bart dancing around there. The second question is, does it have the features listed in slide 3? That is, the slide on the features of non-fiction. Think of 3 questions that you might find answers to in this text. Can we quickly do that? Can we quickly think of 3 questions that you might find the answers to in this text? We're moving on. Checkpoints. Are the information given actual facts or just opinions? We're still talking about the short text we read. Do you feel everyone will think the same way? Can the point be proven? If not, it is probably an opinion, not a fact. Now there's an activity for you. In the beginning, because I felt, as only a young girl can feel it, all the pain of being an ugly duckling, I was not only timid, I was afraid. Afraid of almost everything. I think of mice, of the dark, of imaginary dangers, of my own inadequacy. My chief objective as a girl was to do my duty. Eleanor Roosevelt. What details in the paragraph help you understand what Eleanor Roosevelt felt and experienced? How is this an example of autobiography? Can we think about that before we move on to the next slide? Okay, let's go on. Answers. She felt she was ugly. That made her timid. She was very dutiful. She wanted the approval of others. The text uses the I, which is a subject pronoun, thus making it what? An autobiography. Good. Now let's read this together. Eleanor was born in a fine townhouse in Manhattan. Her family also owned an elegant mansion along the Hudson River, where they spent weekends and summers. As a child, Eleanor went to fashionable parties. A servant took care of her and taught her to speak French. Her mother, the beautiful Anne Hall Roosevelt, wore magnificent jewels and fine clothing. Her father, Elliot Roosevelt, had his own hunting lodge and liked to sail and to play tennis and polo. The Roosevelt family, one of America's oldest, wealthiest families, was respected and admired. William J. Jacobs, Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, what do the details in the paragraph tell you about Eleanor Roosevelt's life and background? How is this an example of biography? Let's look at our answers. Now let's take a look at our answers. It gives details of her home, family, and life. It is written by a different person about her. Now, at the end of this topic, we've been able to discuss and list some important features of non-fiction texts. I'm sure we can all remember them. So for your assignment now, on your own, I would like you to write out a non-fiction story of about 15 lines. Write out a non-fiction story of about 15 lines. Thank you.